are cooperative action builder where players loot, scavenge, and ultimately defend giant forts against hordes of monsters. And they do it all in a procedurally generated world.
So that's really interesting because it's a procedurally generated world. I feel like games like this are all about that loot chase.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
What's the idea behind a lot of games in recent times have gone in that direction of making the loot chase the primary focus of the game, and they've gotten rid of kind of the large open worlds that you used to find in MMOs.
Mm-hmm.
So, in terms of Fortnite, how are you guys pushing that loot chase without the large zone, large open world?
No, and that's a good question. So basically, RPGs since the beginning of time have been about gathering cool, powerful loot for the players, and becoming more powerful and feeling more awesome while exploring the game world. And I think that's been the concept with everything, and then the environment that you express that in, I think, ends up becoming secondary. A lot of my background is actually in online games like that, but people ended up becoming a little, I think, sometimes lost in those giant worlds where they're like, hey, I'm alone, but there's all this square footage. And I think one of the things we learned early on with Fortnite, that we actually had the worlds bigger than what they are today, but players ultimately found that a little bit overwhelming. So we actually started constraining them, but left all the good RPG loot chase in it, the elements we had of that before. So yeah, it's definitely the staple of getting awesome stuff becomes the focus. And the smaller worlds and with smaller groups, actually, it makes you feel more like a hero. It's more personally connected as opposed to I'm one person on a landscape of like 255. Like we're back in the EverQuest days, right, where there was hordes of people like beating on one monster. You kind of felt a little lost and less heroic. In I think the new models where people are playing the new games like Destiny or Fortnite,